While we got a lot of new tech in 2022, we have plenty of developments to look forward to throughout this year. Here are the devices and services that I'm most looking forward to throughout 2023. Before we get into this video, I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Tailscale. Normally, setting up your own VPN is time-consuming and complex, but Tailscale makes it easy. Hit the link in the description and use the code 9to5Mac to get 12 months of Tailscale Personal Pro for free. Now, back to the video. To start off, this is a bit of a continuation from last year, but I can't wait for more devices to support the Matter standard. Matter is the new smart home standard backed by Google, Amazon, Apple, and more. We finally saw the standard released, with some devices from both Apple and Google gaining support in 2022. Throughout 2023, I'm looking forward to more smart home devices getting updated to support it. While things like Zigbee and Z-Wave have existed for years to allow an alternative way for smart home devices to communicate other than your Wi-Fi, Matter with Thread should provide a more universally supported experience. The types of devices that can use the standard as of now is limited, but as it becomes more broadly implemented, various devices will be able to take advantage of totally local control and more widespread compatibility. The QR code linking that HomeKit users are familiar with will be available for others, and you shouldn't be as stuck in just one ecosystem for smart devices. You'll be able to use the same smart devices with Google Assistant, Amazon's Alexa, and Siri. The big exclusion of support right now surrounds cameras. Things from door locks to smart blinds, lights, and more are all supported, but there's more work to be done for the Matter standard to be able to support cameras. And this year, we'll begin to see a lot more devices with Matter support hitting the market. In that same vein of smart home products I'm looking forward to, one in particular stands out. That's the Hoobs Pro Box. Hoobs stands for Homebridge Out of Box, and it's a pretty simple way to connect non-HomeKit devices to your Apple smart home. I use Hoobs to connect my Nest doorbell and thermostat, Blink cameras, and various outlets and switches to HomeKit, even though they lack native support. Next year, their updated Hoobs Pro Box is coming out, and it will have Matter support. It will have the same capability to connect with Wi-Fi smart home devices, but also includes a Zigbee hub, Bluetooth, and acts as a Thread border router to communicate with just about any smart home device you can think of. I'm incredibly excited to give it a try. With support for multiple standards, it should last and make it more easy to transition smart home devices over to the Matter standard as they're released. Now, if you've only ever used native HomeKit devices, a Hoobs device may seem like an unnecessary addition. And I can understand that. But I've loved being able to pick up whatever smart home gear I want, whether it's the cheapest outlets possible or sticking with your existing thermostat to not deal with installing a new one. It lets me control it all from HomeKit, while I'm also able to install plugins for Amazon Alexa and Google Home support, so I can't wait to give their latest product a try when it comes out this March. On that note, let me know in the comments below if you'd be interested in a new video on Homebridge and whether it actually has any place in your smart home now that Matter devices eliminate the need for an external device to support multiple ecosystems. Next up, while the M2 chip has been out for some time now, it's only been that base level chip. We have yet to see an M2 Pro, M2 Max, or M2 Ultra. So yes, I'm looking forward to the updated 14 and 16-inch MacBooks. But more than that, I'm looking forward to an updated Mac Studio. While I didn't have one previously, I'm looking forward to having a separate machine for at home that's dedicated to the more power-hungry tasks the studio is made for. While I doubt any of the chips will end up being a massive jump in performance compared to the M1 equivalents, if they can maintain the current cost while seeing the noticeable iterative improvements like we saw with the base M1 to the base M2, it'll be a worthwhile investment for me. There hasn't been too much information on the higher tiered M2 machines, but identifiers for the laptops have showed up in Steam and Geekbench, so engineers seem to be doing a limited amount of testing on them. I'm also interested to see exactly how the lineup breaks down, as more than one M2 Mac Mini could be on the way, with a rumored more powerful Mac Mini with an M2 Pro chip. Either way, I'm looking forward to seeing the M2 chips come out in all their forms in 2023. On a similar note, the MacBook Air line of laptops is rumored to be seeing a big change. Literally. This coming spring, Apple's rumored to be releasing a 15-inch MacBook Air. With the MacBook Air being Apple's best-selling laptop, and plenty of people having laptops as their only computer, a larger screen could come in handy. Not everyone needs or wants to upgrade to the more expensive and more powerful MacBook Pro, so creating a fanless 15-inch laptop with the efficiency of the MacBook Air makes a ton of sense. Now, I don't know if it'll be a laptop I'll personally get, but I look forward to seeing Apple's execution of the product, and perhaps more importantly, where exactly it falls price-wise in Apple's lineup. Before we finish up our list, I'd like to tell you a bit more about our sponsor, Tailscale. Normally, setting up your own VPN is time-consuming and complex, but Tailscale makes it easy. Whether you want to share a private Minecraft server with friends and access files you have at home while you're on the go, or you're running IT for a company and need to securely share files with members of your team, Tailscale can do it. You start by signing up for your free account, then just install Tailscale on at least 2 devices. These include things like laptops, servers, and virtual machines, but they can also be Docker containers. This simple setup keeps everything on your network secure, even if you're accessing it from an unsecured network. But you still have really granular control over all your devices, users, and control rules. If you want an easy and secure mesh VPN that's unbothered by firewalls, check out Tailscale through the link down in the video description. As a special deal, when you use the code 9to5Mac, you get 12 months of Tailscale Personal Pro for free. That's code 9to5Mac for a whole year of Tailscale Personal Pro through the link down in the video description. Now, back to the video. Now before we go on to the final tech product I'm looking forward to in 2023, I wanted to do some honorable mentions. First up, the Meta Quest 3. I'll be the first to admit I think VR stuff is pretty cool, but I've never been dedicated enough to gaming that I want to spend the money on a dedicated headset. A more powerful processor is expected in the Meta Quest 3 to be able to run content at its full resolution that totals roughly 4K. And that processor should help it run at its high native refresh rate that's necessary for VR to avoid creating a nauseating experience. In the same boat as the Meta Quest 3 is Apple's own augmented reality headset. Rumored to be sporting 8K OLED screens with a price between $1,000 and $3,000, the headset is clearly meant to be leagues above Meta's Quest 2, more in line with their $1,500 Quest Pro. With that price tag and the focus on mixed or extended reality, it seems like the headset will remain primarily with enthusiasts and businesses, at least for the time being. But I'm excited to see what becomes of the headset towards the end of next year, even if I don't plan on buying one. With those 2 honorable mentions out of the way, the final piece of tech that I can't wait for in 2023 is the iPhone 15. While I was happy with my upgrade to the iPhone 14, in particular its addition of satellite connectivity and a new 48 megapixel primary sensor, Apple's choice to stick with the Lightning port has been more and more annoying each year. Sure, we have the cables, but we already switched from USB-A on one end to USB-C. All our laptops use USB-C, and even the entry-level iPad made the switch to USB-C, even though they had to release a new Apple Pencil dongle to do it. But the iPhone 14 stuck with the Lightning connector. It seems the reign of the Lightning connector has finally come to its end, with the iPhone 15 rumored to use USB-C. It's not perfect, as rumors claim the non-Pro versions of the 15 will stick with the decades-old USB 2 speeds. The rumor claims that upgrading to the 15 Pro is what will bring either USB 3.2 or Thunderbolt 3 speeds. While AirDrop can be nice, I always prefer having the option to transfer files via a high-speed wired connection. Especially if people are shooting 4K ProRes footage on their phones, the much faster wired transfer speeds expected with the iPhone 15 Pro easily make it the piece of tech I'm looking forward to the most in 2023. So, let me know what you think. There are plenty of great things coming in 2023, and I'm sure I didn't even begin to scratch the surface. What piece of tech are you most looking forward to? Share your thoughts in the comments down below, leave this video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel for more from 9to5Mac.